Hey, what's good, all you, the Who Dat Nation? It is the one and only Who Dat Davis here for you. And if you don't know that over here, we bleed black and gold until we are dead and cold. Before we get into our halftime show here, I need you guys to do me a favor, okay? I need you to share this live stream with your friends and your family, your loved ones, and all that. I need you to hit that subscribe button. I need you to hit that like button, hit that share button. Spread yours truly around to all your fellow football fanatics, and let's go ahead and talk all things football. And speaking of football, let's go ahead and get into the Christmas game between the New Orleans Saints and the Minnesota Vikings. Listen, guys, if you're a Marbles fan or if you're a DC fan, there are always those rivals that stand in mind, right? They got Hulk, Abomination, Superman, Lex Luthor, Spider-Man, Venom. This is exactly what this game is. This is exactly what this game is. Reason being, the Saints just can't seem to shake the Vikings for the life of them. Even during the 2009 championship game, it was a nail biter. It took an interception and a field goal. This is one of those moments. This is one of those rivalries that don't get talked about a lot. No matter how badly the Saints try to claw away or just try to beat down the Minnesota Vikings, these guys just keep hanging in it, and it's frustrating to watch. The score is now 24-14, Saints lead. Let's go ahead and talk a little bit about the Saints offense. Overall, the Saints offense has been efficient, man. And from the way the defense has been playing, they need to be efficient all game long. Drew Brees almost had 2 INTs. Shout out to Marquez Callaway pulling that ball out of Wilson's hands to save that second INT for Brees. The first 2 to 3 drives, it was just smooth sailing, right? It was just clicking on all cylinders. Juwan Johnson had a couple of catches. Marquez Callaway's getting involved. He should have had that. That was an obvious touchdown pass to Callaway. Bill was just underthrown and thrown behind by Drew Brees. The ground game is absolutely amazing. It's what I expected. Look, when you have a linebacker core that's completely depleted, like the Minnesota Vikings, running the football should be your number one priority. And that's exactly what Sean Payton and the company have had in mind. And you see the results. Alvin Kamara is on pace to go for a 100-yard game. Probably Latavius Murray on top of that. If he gets going a little more in the second half, the ground game is what's keeping this team ahead of the sticks. And the Vikings offense, who is not doing anything out of what I expected them to do. Look, the Minnesota Vikings offense, it runs completely through Dalvin Cook. It runs completely through how productive and efficient Dalvin Cook is in the running game. Mike Zimmerman loves the play action. The NFC North, they love their play action, whether it be Matthew Stafford or Mitchell Trubisky. The play action is a cornerstone, is a foundation for NFC North teams. And you've seen what the play action can do. You would think Dennis Allen would account for something like that, but the Vikings have hung in there for the most part before the Saints pulled away just a little bit. But they have to do a better job defensively against that play action pass. Look, they still have Conklin. Okay, they may not have Kyle Rudolph, but they have Conklin, and they have Irv Smith. Those are tight ends you don't want to sleep on. Those are some physical guys. Dalvin Cook's a physical guy. What Mike Zimmerman likes to do, he likes to get Dalvin Cook on the edges. He likes to stretch the ball out. He likes to let Dalvin Cook do his thing and just shedding tackles. You have to be able to cover the edges. There are some missed tackles defensively that just can't happen, especially when you're so close to the postseason and your identity is supposed to be figured out. I feel like the Saints defense is really understanding now how valuable Malcolm Brown, Trey Hendrickson, and Marcus Williams really are, especially when it comes to the run game. Malcolm Brown really showing up that run game. Whenever he's been out, the run defense has suffered a bit. So getting Malcolm Brown back fully healthy for postseason is something you just need to have. In terms of rushing the passer, that's where Trey Hendrickson is missed. I'm not saying that Marcus Davenport, Cam Jordan, and Carl Granderson can't get home, but without Trey Hendrickson to apply that opposite pressure, the inside can't do its job. And you see the results. They've only come off one sack. That's a half sack between Onyemata and Malcolm Jenkins. And speaking of Malcolm Jenkins, he's getting beat by these tight ends on the bootleg. You'd think he would have learned by that by now. And for the most part, he has learned from all of the bootleg action. but I don't understand what's going on here. Like, it's a nail biter. I understand this game's going to be a nail biter. I went into this game with low expectations. I'm not going to be surprised, but I want the Saints to win. We all want the Saints to win. Like, in special teams, I have nothing to say about special teams. It's not bad. So it's not costing the team any setbacks. There was one fair catch by Marquez Callaway inside the 5, but the Saints were able to march down the field before that interception happened. So offensively and special teams is fine. The defense just has to play more lights out against this high-powered Vikings offense, and it's pretty much, I would say, this underrated Vikings offense. Kirk Cousins can still sling it. We've already seen what Justin Jefferson can do in the passing game. He's already made his presence known. He turned Malcolm Jenkins inside out from the slot in the post route to set up 1st and goal. That set up for that swing out run for a Vikings touchdown. You need to do better against the run. You need to do better against the run, guys. That's their bread and butter, the Minnesota Vikings. If you can't stop the run, then you're going to be in for that long haul. And I hate to say it like that, but it is what it is. Let's go ahead and read some of these comments here. Mark says, "Happy Christmas, Merry Christmas to you and your family, Mark. I hope you guys are enjoying the game. Hope your blood pressure is low. Hope you guys are having some good Christmas ham and all the like." He also says, "Retweeted your live stream on Twitter." I appreciate that, man. Look, I appreciate all you guys just retweeting and sharing your stuff around with all your football friends, just growing the community. You guys are awesome. I would not be here if not for you. Let's go ahead and read some more of these comments here. Marcus Ryan said, "They're running the ball better with Hurst at guard, or is it just me?" You're not wrong, but at the same time, I have to give recognition to the fact that the linebackers for Minnesota Vikings and the Vikings defensive line is more than a little thin, especially the linebacker position. So, yes, the offensive line has been better in the run game, but with no effective linebackers, that's kind of what you expect. For James Hurst to really hold it down. Damian Parker says, "Merry Christmas to you and Grandma A." Grandma's got the bell, Damien. She's got the bell. So Merry Christmas to you and your family. Same to you, Jerry Poor. Merry Christmas to you, man. Hope you and your family are doing all right this Christmas Day. Hope you guys are enjoying the game. You got Marcus Ryan here saying, "If we win today and Green Bay defeats the Titans, resting our starters next week wouldn't be a bad idea." Absolutely, man. Look, it was a possibility that Malcolm Brown and Trey Hendrickson would start today on top of all that. So it really says to the priorities of what Sean Payton and his coaching staff are really looking ahead to. And it's just make sure your starters are as healthy as possible going into the postseason and not letting them play any meaningless games or games that this team can win just because even without you in the lineup. And I think that was the core decision for Sean Payton to rest Trey Hendrickson and Malcolm Brown, especially Malcolm Brown with that calf injury and Trey Hendrickson with that stinger. We all know how much stingers can be a pain depending on the severity. Deontay Harris is a prime example of that. He's had a stinger and he's hasn't seen much action since then, man. Those stingers can really get to you. So I can understand his moves behind that. I just hope the Saints defensive line can get more pressure and make the necessary adjustments. I hope Dennis Allen makes the necessary adjustments to stop biting on the play action and the bootlegs, because that's what's keeping this Minnesota Vikings offense in a sort of a rhythm. Like that was their bread and butter, throughout the entire first half. So you need what I would do. I would just go back to what you were doing since the start of week 9, man. Just defend the bootleg. If he ends up biting it on the edge, just let him bite on the edge. But you don't want to let those tight ends squeak out to the opposite side, or him, or who is it? Adam Thielen going on a jet sweep to the opposite side. Just don't bite. Okay, make sure you have eye discipline. That's my main caveat. Eye discipline is the key. So defense, if you can step up and play a little bit better, I greatly appreciate it. Offensively, I don't have too many complaints. Just breeze. Just make sure you don't miss wide open guys like that. You don't want to miss Marquez Callaway when he's wide open like that. You're not going to get too many chances in the postseason if you do that. You're not going to get many chances in this game if you keep doing that. This Minnesota Vikings team, like I said, is your kryptonite. They will hang in there all 4 quarters And if you slip up even once, they're going to make you pay offensively. So make sure that everybody's on their P's and their Q's, their X's and their O's. Dennis Allen calls the right game plan. Sean Payton, keep doing what you're doing in the run game. Keep getting Latavius Murray involved. Keep getting Alvin Kamara involved. I see a little bit of Ty Montgomery involved in a passing game, which is okay. And he had a good 40-yard return on the kickoff. Seeing Ty Montgomery a little bit, look, I'm happy about that. We haven't used this guy since the start of week 1. Okay, so I shout out to Ty Montgomery getting his presence felt just a little bit on special teams in terms of returning and freeing up Marquez Callaway to do what he can and do what he do offensively for the Saints, which is move ahead of the sticks. He should have a touchdown by now. You know what really amazes me? Marquez Callaway should have a touchdown by now. And if he does manage to get a touchdown, I think Marquez Callaway is going to have more touchdown receptions than Michael Thomas this regular season. That's crazy to think about. Michael Thomas doesn't have a single touchdown reception this season. And Marquez Callaway came close to getting one himself. So shout out to Marquez Callaway, man. Look, we have an undrafted free agent like Marquez Callaway coming out of Tennessee, and he's already being trusted by Drew Brees and Sean Payton, making plays offensively down the field like he's doing. That, like, you can't ask for anything more than that. So shout out to Marquez Callaway making the most of his opportunities. I had a feeling that Marquez Callaway was going to be something special the moment I saw he won a spot on an active roster. But the second half is getting ready to kick off. I will be back tomorrow for my final thoughts on this game between the Saints and the Vikings. Merry Christmas to all of you. And as always, share yours truly around with all your friends. And I'll see you guys tomorrow at 2 p.m. Central Time. Yes, 2 p.m. Central Time. And as always, we bleed black and gold. I'll holler at y'all later.